I'm the founder and director of Seshni Moodley Attorneys Incorporated. My firm is founded on expertise in digital law, civil litigation, and criminal litigation. So my journey started straight after matric. I had a deep desire. I wanted to do law. I wanted to be an attorney. I grew up in the courtroom with my mom. My mom was a prosecutor, so I grew up in the legal fraternity. So it was always a dream of mine to one day open my firm, and to achieve that in my 20s was beyond my wildest expectations. I always thought I'd only reach here at maybe 40. But I took a leap of faith, and after completing my master's in 2024, I decided that it's now or never. You know, you either make your own path or you follow someone else's. So I decided that at this age, although I'm young, I can still make a path for myself, and I can determine my own rules in a profession that's based on other people's expectations and other people's rules. I decided that, you know what, it's my life, I'm doing this my way. I met an attorney while I was in court with my mom in grade 1. So I was around 6 years old, and she told me that she has her own firm and these are the matters she's dealing with. Now, I was very young, so I didn't understand any of this, but it was always my dream to have my own firm. She showed me a picture of her firm, and she had her name and then she had attorneys underneath. So I always had that on my vision board. It was always going to be Seshni Moodley Attorneys. And now that I've opened my own practice and I actually have a board like that in my offices, it's just so surreal. This may be cliche to say, but my mom inspired me. She played a huge role in my decision to be an attorney. I grew up in the legal fraternity, so I met a lot of other women in law. So I always used to look at the advocates and the attorneys and how they walked with their briefcases. It was always a dream of mine to be like those women, powerful. As soon as I step into a room, you know, you just feel that energy. So I thought the only way to get there is to be an attorney. So basically, I'm a digital rights firm. I focus on human rights issues and also how they interconnect with the digital realm. My firm is founded on the new age era of law, in that digital has replaced a lot of human interactions. So I primarily look at historically disadvantaged communities who lacked access to the law, and I target women empowerment. So I've primarily focused on family law issues, domestic violence, divorces, just giving women their power back, especially in disadvantaged communities. Also digital, I deal with basically cybersecurity. I was featured on Lotus FM, and I spoke about cybersecurity, how to counteract digital scammers. A lot of people get confused because now a lot of fraudulent activities occur in the digital realm, so they don't know how to react. They're used to the physical methods. So my main goal is through research, and I got this research through my work with various international organizations. They allowed me to develop an understanding of the digital realm and how law interconnects so closely with some of these cyber crimes. A lot of people dismiss it and say there's no resolution because it's in the digital realm. I'm here to say that there are resolutions. It's just a matter of doing the necessary research and switching our mindset from the traditional law to the digital age era of law. I've always been a lifelong human rights activist, so to achieve my dissertation being published and actually gaining my master's in human rights law was a huge achievement. That led me to pursue my PhD in human rights law. So my focus will be on how human rights institutions assist in advancing women's rights in South Africa and India. My research proposal was actually approved, so I'm going full force with my dissertation now. It's very exciting. I think my internship program that I launched within my law firm. So my law firm was founded around empowering women, especially young legal professionals, I started an internship program as a way to bring in law students as well as aspiring attorneys, just to gain a little exposure to the everyday workings of the law firm. So I've been running this internship program since June 2024, and it's been an enjoyable journey. It's important to digest knowledge, but also impart knowledge. That's the main focus of my academia and my work in general. You know, we all started from somewhere, so just to have that ability to help someone else is big for me. It's one of my greatest achievements to be an attorney and be able to empower young, aspiring attorneys has been one of the greatest achievements in opening this firm. So some of the challenges I've experienced along the way, but basically the oversaturation within the legal realm. A lot of the branches of law, especially family law, are male dominated. So just sort of shattering the glass ceiling placed above women attorneys, that's been quite a challenge. But I feel it was overcome due to other women supporting me and empowering me, just believing that you're a woman doesn't make you different to your male counterparts. We're all equal in this realm, and we all have a voice and the power, especially as attorneys. I think it's just the challenges I've experienced. It's just raising awareness. So with digital law, it's not your traditional form of law. So a lot of educating has to go into these matters, and just raising awareness to allow individuals who are affected by cybercrimes to come forward has been quite challenging. But through social media and engagements on Lotus FM, I've also written a few articles that have been published. A lot of people are coming forward with their cybercrimes. So it's definitely improving, but it's a long process. So patience is key. My advice to young women would be, as women, our career paths in the legal realm or the business realm may not be readily available for us, but that does not mean we cannot make our own paths. So I'd say a lot of people say that we should go the traditional route where you work for a law firm and so forth, but there are other routes that are available in this field. It's a very diverse field, and I feel like we should open it up more. So look at research opportunities, especially with international organizations. Learn which branch of law you are most passionate about. And then once you get that, I strongly believe in establishing your own firm and making your own path in this crazy legal world we live in. My future goals would definitely be to expand my practice. My main goal would be to make it a multinational practice. I already have a branch in Johannesburg, so I'd like to branch out into Cape Town or even Bloemfontein. I got my degree from the University of Free State, so it'd be nice to go back to my roots in a way. Place a lot of emphasis on closing my laptop on a Friday and only opening it on Monday, but often it's a challenge because if a client needs me, I'm there for the client regardless. I practice mindfulness. So with mindfulness, I try to prioritize spending time with my family, looking at my personal development. Often, especially as women entrepreneurs, our business becomes our life. And I think developing a balance between business, family, and social is a big commitment, but definitely one that I'm trying to hone in on more. Balance would mean just a break between work and play. Ideally, it would be a combination of the two. So ideally, because I enjoy my job so much, I consider that play. But there are other aspects that need to be focused on, like family commitments, and just hobbies in general. So I try to focus on fitness. I read as much as possible. So I try to focus on fictional as well as non-fictional content that I'm consuming. Often my reading ties in with my PhD. So academia and work, they are always part of my life. So I try to look at doing more recreational reading.